Hey there, I'm Alex, and today I want to share my journey of learning English all by myself at home. It's been quite an adventure, and I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks along the way that I'm excited to share with you. Whether you're just starting out or looking to improve your skills, I hope you'll find something useful here. So, let's dive in. First off, YouTube is a gold mine for learning English. When I started, I subscribed to channels like English Addict, BBC Learning English, and TED-Ed. The variety of content is amazing. You can find lessons on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and even cultural nuances. Plus, the visual aspect helps a lot in understanding context. I made it a habit to watch at least one video a day. It became part of my routine, like brushing my teeth. And don't just passively watch. Take notes, repeat sentences, and try to use new words in your daily conversations. It makes a huge difference. Next up, podcasts. I can't emphasize enough how helpful they've been. Podcasts like English We Speak, All Ears English, and Luke's English Podcast are fantastic. I'd listen while cooking, cleaning, or even working out. It's a great way to immerse yourself in the language without needing to set aside extra time. I always kept a notebook handy to jot down interesting phrases or words I heard. Later, I'd look them up and try to incorporate them into my speech. This practice improved my listening skills and enriched my vocabulary immensely. Reading news on foreign platforms like BBC, The Guardian, and CNN is another excellent method. It keeps you informed and exposes you to different writing styles and terminologies. At first, it was challenging because of the advanced vocabulary, but over time, it became easier. I'd recommend starting with simpler articles and gradually moving to more complex ones. I'd highlight sentences that I found difficult and later analyze their structure. It helped me understand how to form complex sentences and improved my overall writing skills. One thing that really boosted my speaking skills was language exchange platforms like Tandem and HelloTalk. I connected with native speakers who were learning my native language, and we'd help each other out. It's a fun way to practice speaking and also learn about different cultures. Another big motivator for me was my love for music. I've always been a huge fan of Scorpions and Taylor Swift. I wanted to understand the lyrics of their songs without needing translations. So I started looking up words and phrases from their lyrics that I didn't understand. This not only helped me expand my vocabulary, but also gave me a deeper appreciation for the music. For example, when I listened to Scorpions' Wind of Change, I was curious about phrases like balalaika and Gorky Park. I looked them up and learned about the historical and cultural references behind the song. Similarly, with Taylor Swift's songs, I'd dive into the lyrics, understand the storytelling, and pick up new words and expressions along the way. This made learning English so much more enjoyable and meaningful for me. Let me tell you about a trip I took to London. This was a game changer for my English learning. Before the trip, I was quite nervous about speaking, but being in an English-speaking environment forced me to use the language daily. I visited museums, chatted with locals at cafes, and even got lost a couple of times, which turned out to be great opportunities to practice asking for directions. One memorable moment was visiting the British Museum and striking up a conversation with a tour guide. We talked about the history and the artifacts, and even exchanged book recommendations. That experience gave me so much confidence and made me realize how far I'd come. Journaling in English is another great practice. Every night, I'd write about my day, my thoughts, or anything that came to mind. It's a good way to practice writing regularly and think directly in English. Plus, it's a great record of your progress. Reading books in English was initially tough, but it's incredibly rewarding. I started with children's books and gradually moved to novels. Reading helps you see how grammar is used in context and exposes you to idiomatic expressions. Flashcards are also super useful, especially for vocabulary. Apps like Anki or physical flashcards can help you memorize new words effectively. I'd review them daily, and it became a game for me to see how many I could remember. So, these are some of the methods I use to learn English at home. It's all about consistency and making it fun for yourself. Mix up these activities to keep things interesting. Remember, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep pushing forward. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you have any questions or want to share your own experiences, drop a comment below. Happy learning, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tips and stories.